let's say somebody comes to me and says, so-and-so cheated on me, and I was really jealous and insecure, and I was very upset, and I used to always check their phones to see if they were cheating on me all the time, and then finally I saw that they were cheating, and they're the worst person in the world, and they're awful, and I hate them. And immediately I would want them to start looking at maybe if that wasn't a good thing that the relationship ended. So immediately I want to start questioning and getting them to shift perspectives. Hey, that's interesting that you were checking their phones and everything to see if they were cheating. Did you think maybe they might cheat or not be faithful before they cheated? Well, yeah, I didn't trust them. Well, how did it make you feel being in a relationship with somebody you didn't trust? It felt like shit. Well, maybe it's a good thing to not be in a relationship with somebody you don't trust. Maybe it's a good thing that you're not with them anymore. I mean, would you ever cheat on somebody? No, I'd never cheat on somebody. Okay, well, maybe you deserve better. Maybe you deserve somebody that wouldn't cheat on you. Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe it was a good thing that happened. So in other words, I'm shifting their perspective. We call it reframing. But they're starting to see it from a different perspective. Maybe you aren't a victim. Maybe part of you really wanted this. Maybe you think everything is working out for your greatest good. Maybe a part of you really didn't want this relationship anymore. Because you could have set it up in a way that it wouldn't have mattered. You could have let them have sex with whoever they wanted and still stay in the relationship. You could have made it anything you wanted. It didn't have to end. You had choices. People don't realize the choices that they have. They want it their way. I wonder how come they want it their way. What's that all about? It's gotta be my way. Maybe they're setting up a relationship for failure. That happens often. And people learn from their parents. So many times people come in and have learned helplessness or learned victimization. And so what happens is that they set things up for failure or set situations up to be victimized. So let's say I'm in a relationship with you. We get into a relationship when we're in our 20s. And I say to you, you better never look at another person or think about having sex with anybody else ever, or I will divorce your ass. You can count on it. Well, right away, I just doomed the relationship. I set him up to be the perpetrator and set myself up to be the victim, because he can never live up to that. That's not possible. And right away, he's going to know, I'm going to have to lie to him. I can't tell him the truth, because there's no way he's going to go the next 60 years with not being attracted to another person forever and wanting to have wild sex with me and only me for the rest of our lives. It's not possible. So I'm setting him up right away to victimize me. I'm setting myself up to be the victim at the beginning of the relationship, because that's what I learned. That's how I learned you get through life, is by being the victim. Victims have control. There's a famous psychologist, I don't know his name right now, but he says victims are the angriest people you're ever going to want to meet. It's very true. Very true. And they want control. Victims have control. There's a famous TV show, if any of you have seen Everybody Loves Raymond. The mom is the epitome of victimhood, and she controls everybody through her victimizations like puppets. Moves them around like this, and she'll go to any length. I remember this one episode where Raymond had her, that's her son, had her nailed. She'd done something awful, and she said, okay, well, if you want to yell at an old lady, and she starts going out of the house like this, and then he immediately stops. She's got him. She's got him. We teach our kids these things. We don't realize we're teaching them to use victimization as a way of controlling other people, and then they use it and they set people up to be victims, to be perpetrators, and they don't even realize they're setting them up. Now, if they had that perspective, wow, now that takes about 3 months of therapy to get somebody to see that. That's not something I can do in the first session. No, you actually made this happen? No way, that bastard did it. No, maybe you did it. Maybe you did it together, and you're not aware that you did it together. So, we do this all the time because we were taught these things when we're kids, and then we incorporate them into our personality style, and then we go through life like our parents saying, look what you did to me. and then we're the victim, and then our lives aren't fully functional. And it's a way also of keeping us safe. Victimization is a great way to keep you safe, because you can't be fully present to life if you're a victim. You really can't go for it if you're a victim. So and if you never are capable of going for it, then you have an excuse to never achieve those dreams that you say you want to do, all those things you want to do. Well, you really can't go for it because you're a victim. And so you have an excuse not to go for things. And what does that do? That keeps that ego safe. I don't have the drawing. That keeps the ego safe. You're never going to fail. You really can't, because you can blame it on all the people that victimized you. Look what she did to me. Look what he did to me. Well, I really can't make it because of all these people, what they did to me. So it's a way of keeping yourself safe. So being a victim an angry victim is a great coping mechanism and control mechanism in life that parents oftentimes teach their kids, and they're not even aware. Some are more aware than others that they're doing it. Some are oblivious. It depends on the person. But once they can see it from a different perspective, that all it is a way of reinforcing limiting beliefs. That's not my quote, that's Louise Hay. I love that quote. A way of reinforcing limiting beliefs, meaning that all your victim stories are a way of making you not good enough. And the more you hold on to it, the more you limit things in your life. When you let go of it, and you let go of being a victim, you're free to, if you have all these people defining you, okay, as wrong, bad, or not good enough. So you're here, and then you've got tons of people that you're victims to, and you've got all these victim stories. So you think in your mind, who do I have unforgiveness towards? Who am I angry at? Who am I a victim to? All those people are here, and there's an invisible string drawn from you to them, and they're all defining you. Each one that you process through and see it a different way and aren't the victim anymore and forgive is one of the little lines being erased. And each one you do that to, eventually you finally get to float away and define yourself the way you want to. You're no longer stuck being defined by these people and these stories. You want to go through your whole fucking life being cheated on? It happened once to you, way back then. Do you want to affirm it every day of your life for the next 60 years? He cheated on me. Good for you. You get to be the limited victim for the rest of your life. How's that make you feel? Doesn't feel good, does it? So why don't we let go of that, see it a different way, process it through it, and not be the angry victim anymore? Because we don't want to live our lives. You can be raped at 15. Do you want to be raped for the rest of your life? Why don't we process through it and let it go and not be the victim anymore? Why don't we process that and let it go and not be angry anymore? So it's just something that happened to me. It doesn't define me anymore. It doesn't define who I am anymore. I define who I am now. So if somebody cheated on me long ago, and I'm still holding on to that now, then I get to be defined by those actions long ago, today, in the present moment. Do I really want that? You have to start asking yourself that. Do I really want to be defined by all those people and all those actions that happened long ago, today, and for the rest of my life? I get to drag them along with me. It's like all these strings. Picture all these strings of all these people that are angry, you're angry at and victims, and you're just dragging them along in life. They're going to keep you from being able to run. They keep you from being able to turn your head forward and look forward. You're always looking back. That's where depression comes from. You're always looking back.
Sorry.
Yes.
Like there's some of those strings, right? What if they're so deep and so painful that it's like how can you let go? Because it's...
Well, thank God for me and for you guys. There's a wonderful book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, which I suggest all the time for people to read. And he has stories that I don't think anybody in this room can match. He was in a Nazi concentration camp for 7.5 years, and he talks about things that are unimaginable. And he left that place not angry and not a victim, happy and healthy with the belief system intact that worked for him. If he can do that, I think we can let go of our victimization and anger. It's just a perception anyhow. All you do is you give your power over to that person. Whoever it is, you're giving your power over to that person to define you and limit you to not being good enough. So you want to take it back. The only way you're going to take it back is by forgiving them and letting it go to the nothingness from whence it came. That was a beautiful expression I heard when I was about 22 years old on a cassette tape. That was my first Louise Hay cassette tape I bought, was the meditation tape. It was about letting people go to the nothingness from whence they came, which is where I would want everybody in this room to let the person go to. What does that mean? That means that you're letting them go to the point before you even knew they existed, before the event even happened. It meant nothing to you. It was nothing. It was nothingness. That's where you want to put it back to. It's indifference. It's nothingness. If there's any other feeling, there's still an attachment to it. It doesn't mean anything. It's just something that happened.